They say that God could not be everywhere, so He created mothers. And the day we celebrate Mother's Day is here today. But how much do we celebrate them? Hi everyone, I'm Kamakshi Sharma, your today's host, welcoming you all to our virtual summit of Changing Paradigms of Motherhood by I Am, where we would connect you to the leading life coaches around the world through their mini sessions. The significance and importance of a mother doesn't need to be emphasized, but what we idolize is a perfect mother and not a happy one. Every mother out there first does her best in nurturing her family, balancing her work life, and then ensuring that she gives all her love and time to her child. But how much do we give her back? Is the happiness given importance? Do they ever try to keep themselves beside their family than being behind? As a mother, and those who know mothers around, I'm sure these questions must be relatable to you. And to answer it for you, we have amazing life coaches from around the world here today with us who are not only going to talk about empowering women and motherhood, but also its changing parameters and how we need to align along. Now, I would like to call upon Vidya Sirisha Katta, a certified life coach. She helps women to become their absolute best version of themselves through her signature coaching, Conscious Transformation, to build courage, confidence, clarity, and consistency in their lives. Please welcome Vidya Sirisha Katta.
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you so much, Kamakshi, for that beautiful and fabulous introduction to me. On this note, I really want to thank and acknowledge I Am and Rotary for creating this beautiful platform and creating awareness and acting as a bridge between people and coaches, mentors, and trainers. It takes a supreme mission to carry this, and I'm supremely privileged to be here, especially on the occasion of Mother's Day, and also to be here among with the esteemed speakers. I feel so happy and grateful. And how many of you really love Mother's Day? We women really love Mother's Day no matter which phase we are in. Some of us are already into motherhood. Some of us are all waiting to become mothers. Some of us are already into motherhood for so long. No matter which phase you are in, it's very important for us, right? The Mother's Day itself brings a lots of energy from inside, yes or no, right? So today on this occasion I really want to acknowledge you for appreciate and acknowledge everyone who are here. The fact that you have landed up here shows me that you are truly ready in creating the absolute best version of yourself in life, career, and relationships. A happy Mother's Day for everyone here. So, on this occasion of Mother's Day, I really want to talk about mom guilt. Mom guilt is very real, a gush of guilt that starts to show up inside our body whenever we take certain off time from our family, whenever we choose to spend certain time with ourselves in the day, or whenever we are working, right? A, a rush of guilt starts to show up inside our body. And I want to say that anytime any emotion that starts to show up inside your body, I want you to take it as a feedback. There is a big feedback mechanism system that runs inside our body, which we call as emotions. Okay, whenever whenever we encounter any feeling and encounter any emotion like this mom's guilt, we start to give a meaning around it, right? Some of the meanings like, oh my god, I'm bad, I'm not spending time with my baby, I wish I could do that, I wish I could do this, maybe they should really need me, but I'm here. You start to give some odd meanings for these emotions, and this emotion starts to go inside and deep, it starts to shut down. Instead, I want you to open up. Okay, open that guilt emotion and ask yourself, what is it trying to tell me, what feedback is it trying to give me? Okay, So now, okay, write down, make a list of the things. What feedback is this guilt is trying to tell me? Like, I wish I could spend more time with my baby. I wish I could spend and do some activities together with my baby. You will do all, you will come up with these things. Now, start to prepare yourself for these things. Make a list of active time spendings and passive time spendings for your baby. Okay, active time spendings like doodling together, painting together, watching movie together. Passive time spendings can be sleeping together, like she's saying, you are listening, you are saying, she is listening, kind of activities. When we prepare for the better, we can easily manage this mom guilt. Okay, so this is what I really want to share for mothers especially. And and one more thing is, anytime when we use these emotions for the better, to become better, to process, when we process these emotions better, we become as valuable as Japanese pots. You know the story of Japanese pot? Japanese pot is a pot. Whenever it breaks, if it breaks, they start to stick it together with gold. They start to pour gold in the cracks and crevices of the bowl and put it again. The pot becomes even more valuable. Same with us. When we process our emotions, when we understand them, use it for the better, we become as valuable. Our personality becomes as valuable as the Japanese pot. Okay. So, and yeah, sometimes I get asked by some of the clients that, Vidya, I can spend some time with me, but you know what? I feel this is not worth. Why am I doing all this? For what? I say one thing. I say a story of a lady with a baby. Okay, a lady with a baby. She travels somewhere in a plane. The air hostess comes to the lady and say, "Ma'am, in case of emergency, when the sign comes, please put the oxygen mask first and then put it to the baby." And the air hostess says the second time to the mother, "Okay, ma'am, in case of emergency, when the sign comes, put the mask again and then put to the baby." It's a huge realization for the mother that she can't help the baby if she's dead. We can't help our loved ones if we were so drained and drenched in our own energy. So it's very important to spend time with yourself. Like, instead of just as soon as you wake up, just going out and doing the work and sitting with the laptop or phone or doing the household or kitchen work, instead of that, I want you to sit with yourself. Sit with yourself for 5 to 10 minutes and truly work on your inner world. Like, how 3 years from now, 2 years from now, how you want you to look like, how you want your vision to look like, your future to look like. That's how we tone our day in the morning. Okay, this is very important, especially for mothers. The pot, there is a pot inside our heart, and especially for mothers, the pot will be even more bigger, because we want to give. There is a pot. In order to give in order to give the love, we need to receive. Yes or no? I want you to sit today and ask yourself what you really love doing. Make a list of all the joys that you really love. Since from your childhood, it can be singing, dancing, painting, doodling. It can be speaking, writing blogs. I don't know what you really like, but I'm really sure that you will write something that you really love, right? So write down all the things that you really love and start to do it one at a time, one a day. Like, uh, painting a day. At least try painting a day, try dancing a day, try singing a day. When you do it regularly, the kind of energy that we operate in our household, in our career, in our business, it starts to change. Because when we take responsibility for our own happiness, especially for mothers, it will be so useful. Okay, so start to create that joy list and envision yourself as your better version and go do the day. You'll rock the day. Okay, I'm really so sure. I have tried this and it really works no matter which age group the women is, which age group the mom is. If you are waiting to be a mother, already a mother, or already a mother, already into the motherhood for so long, the visualization and joy, experiencing joy really works so very well. And last but not the least, I want to say is say yes to the things that you usually say no, and say no to the things that you usually say yes. We mothers, like, we were so we want to do everything by ourselves, right? So if someone asks to give help also, we say okay, we do it, right? So instead, I want you to become so aware of where you are saying yes and where you are saying no. Today, own that feminine energy within yourself and receive. If your child comes and says, Mama, can we go out for the dinner today? Say yes. If you regularly say no to that, say yes. If you regularly say no to the things that really matters to you, for dancing, example, dancing and singing, if you really want to do but you couldn't able to do for due to the responsibilities today, say yes to that and do that. Okay, life, we really love this, right? We start to give lots of importance and take things so seriously, but the little things happens only when we give awareness to it, right? That happiness in the little moments happens only when we give awareness to it, right? I know mothers who are watching this, please do that visualization, spend time with yourself. It really start to you start to emulate a different energy. And I know, on this note, I want to say again a happy Mother's Day to everyone. Thank you so much. I am and Rotary. I'm signing off. Take care. Bye.
Well, I'm sure you have already started molding many women who were listening right now, dear Vidya Sirisha, and I'm sure these women are gonna take your words further to their heart and transform their lives. To follow Vidya Sirisha, go to the details given below for her Instagram and Facebook page. Next up, we have Bhuvana, a mother of three daughters, married to a finance wizard, a certified yoga teacher, a pranic healer, boxing enthusiast, a former sales and marketing professional with over 10 years of experience in travel and tourism industry. She is a life coach whose mission in life is to impact and reinvent people's lives by helping them master their mind through mindset coaching. Please welcome Bhuvana.
Thank you, Kamakshi, for that lovely introduction. I want to thank I Am and Rotary for this lovely opportunity to celebrate Mother's Day with all of you. अच्छा एक बात बताइए, अब जब भी कोई मार्केट में जाके अपने लिए कोई घर का सामान खरीदते हैं, लेट्स से इफ यू बाय अ टीवी और एन एसी और अ फ्रिज और इवन अ फैन, बिल के साथ आपको एक इंस्ट्रक्शन मैनुअल मिलता है ना? साथ में एक वारंटी कार्ड। अच्छा, इंस्ट्रक्शन मैनुअल में क्या रहता है? How to use a machine, how to install the machine, what are the points to be remembered, what are the things to be avoided, how to maintain if any repair happens, whom to contact, and all those things, right? ऐसा ही मेरे साथ कुछ हुआ जब मैंने अभी रिसेंटली अपने घर के लिए एसी खरीदा, उसके अंदर के मैनुअल पढ़ा. I called the technician to install the AC, to give a demo, and all those things, and the machine, the AC started working. That minute I realized, काश एक मदर्स के लिए भी एक मैनुअल होता ऐसा, जिंदगी कितनी आसान हो जाती नहीं. अच्छा, I have been a mother for almost 15 years now. My elder daughter is 15. My younger twin girls are 7. I'm learning every day how to be a better mother through them. I'm learning from my friends, I'm learning from my family, I'm learning from the environment around me how to be a better person and a better mom. But trust me, there is not even a single source of information which I can refer, I could possibly use to know what is a perfect mother. एंड मेरे जैसे मेरे फ्रेंड्स हैं जो मदर्स हैं who are second guessing themselves, questioning whether they are good mothers or not. What happens? कहा जाता है माँ भगवान का स्वरूप है. मानती हूँ माँ भगवान का स्वरूप है बट एक इंसान भी तो है. अब इतने बड़े पेडेस्टल पे माँ को बिठाया जाता है that we forget that she is also a human being. Imagine, I was all of 24 when I had my first daughter in the US, all by myself, with my husband alongside me. Both of us literally inexperienced in raising a child on our own. Thanks to a few dear friends who helped us out during the first initial few weeks, we were able to tide the first few weeks of parenthood. Now, the ordeal started when my husband had to join work and I was left all by myself to handle my daughter. अच्छा, कोई मैनुअल तो था नहीं, तो मैंने भी ट्रायल एंड ट्रिबुलेशंस किए, कुछ ठीक, कुछ गलत, है ना? That's how I learned. And then I learned from my friends who were already parents. I learned from families, well meaning family members who had good suggestions to give. Some were not really great, but yeah, they came from a place of love and care. जो ठीक लगा वो किया, जो नहीं समझ आया वो छोड़ दिया. इतने सालों बाद भी I second guess myself. Am I a good mother? And you know why? Because there is no manual for me to refer to that what I'm doing, is it right or not? Result बाद में पता चलता है. For example, I remember clearly when my elder daughter was all of 7 years old, I was carrying my twins. तब तक मैं अपनी बेटी को खुद पढ़ाती थी. अब सडनली ऐसा मोमेंट आया लाइफ में कि my date of delivery was nearing and I knew I could not possibly support my daughter for at least the next 1 month in her studies simply because I had to tend to my twins and I did not have too many supports in between, you know. So, me and my husband, both of us decided that we'll keep a tutor for her. एक डेढ़ साल ऐसे ट्यूटर के साथ चला एंड देन वन फाइन डे आई सैट विद माय एल्डर डॉटर एंड आस्क्ड हर बेटे how is it if everything is going well with your tuition, are you happy? She's like, yeah, I'm extremely happy with the teacher was very nice and my daughter was getting all great good marks and everything. But I asked her that would you like to study on your own like you have always been independent, this independent girl that I've seen you growing up to be? Would you like to give it a try? And she was absolutely gung-ho about it. I think she was waiting for that moment wherein somebody would come and say, Bete, I trust you, would you like to give this a try? So that's what happened. When I discussed it with her, she was super excited to give it a try. But the entire onus or the burden of communicating this to my family on either side and my husband was left on me. So I sat my husband down. I explained it to him that, maybe it's time that we let our daughter take this decision of studying on her own. My husband said that if you think that is fine, please go ahead. Though I would think that she would need support. And since you are looking after two children and I am busy at work, I think she would need help in studies. But let's try. That's how everything started. The families were a little apprehensive. They still said that, why don't you have some tutor? It's okay, let her continue. I don't know how the transition will work and all those things. So, with a lot of trepidation in our hearts, we stuck to the goal that our daughter will self study now for the next 1 year and we'll see how it goes. Thankfully, after a year, her grades did not fall. She flourished and she kept on getting good grades and good remarks from her teacher. That is the day I realized that whatever decision we took as a family, it worked and it helped. इमेजिन ऐसा कुछ मैनुअल होता तो हमारी लाइफ वो 1 साल जो टेंटरहुक्स में कटे वो नहीं होते. Life would have been so much easier for me and my husband and all of us. This is what I mean. एक मैनुअल होना चाहिए ना पेरेंट्स के लिए. ये सही है, ये गलत हो भी गया तो भी सही है. And I think the biggest learning that I have come to realize in all these years of parenting is that mothers tend to put themselves at the last. I am going to make sure that my daughters or my family, जहाँ पे भी आगे, who is going to be choosing to be a mother, I'm going to ask them that put yourself first. You know why? आप एक बात बताइए, आपके पास एक कप चाय होगी तो किसी ने आपसे अगर शेयर करने के लिए मांगा तो आप आधा कप चाय दे सकते हैं ना उनको. आधा कप उनको दिया, आधा कप आपने पिया, चलेगा, है ना? It doesn't feel bad. Now imagine you have hardly any tea left in your cup and you're pouring it to somebody else. What will happen? You want to have the tea, पर आपको किसी को देना पड़ रहा है मजबूरी में, and the frustration sets in that oh my God, life is unfair, right? This is what happens. So for a mother to be able to give to others, to her children, to her family, to everybody around, I think she needs to put the priority back into her own life. So I would request all the mothers or who are going to be mothers later or who see their friends struggling, ask your friends, ask the mothers to put themselves first. You know why? Their happiness will give joy to the other people in the house, and in turn, the children will grow up to be happy. I hope you will resonate with this idea. If you know of somebody who in your life puts others first and puts herself last and is frustrated with her life, I think you know the reason now. है ना? So go and help such people, go and help those mothers. And I think we need to start a movement wherein all the mothers come together, create a manual for future mothers so that mothers don't second guess themselves, don't beat themselves down with just one silly mistake that they might have done. For example, आप पूरे दिन अच्छे मूड में होंगे, रात को थके हारे, गलती से आपने अपने बच्चे को स्कोल्ड कर दिया, you're already feeling guilty about it because the child was crying. You're already not feeling great about yourself because of so much of workload, the pressure and everything. And that one instant of scolding your child has left a remark, that mark on your entire being. The child may have forgotten and moved on. Knowing how resilient the children are, how happy they are, तो सेकंड में भूल जाते हैं. बट आपको गिल्ट इतना कैरी करते हैं, इतना कैरी करते हैं. Brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick, all the guilt keeps adding up. I would say एक एक करके ब्रिक नीचे उतारिए. Tell it to yourself that you did what you did because that's what you knew that time. The more you learn, the more better person you will become. We have to be happy mothers first, and then we will be able to raise happy children. So take some time out for yourself today on this Mother's Day. Pamper yourself. Spend the day as you wish. It could be with your children, it could be relaxing, lounging, or sitting with a friend with a cup of hot coffee or a tea, or just putting your feet up and watching Netflix with a tub of ice cream. The choice is yours. Let's create a new motherhood manual for all mothers so that they don't feel guilty about putting their needs first. I hope you'll join me in this. Thank you so much for this lovely opportunity. Once again, a happy Mother's Day. Take care.
This was indeed a very motivational and a powerful session from your side. Now, I would like to call upon Sunali Nayak, a Bangalore based self esteem coach and life enhancement coach. Her work is mainly with people dealing with low self esteem who are struggling with a low self image. They not only think low of themselves, but also are not able to move forward in life because they think they are not good enough. No, she is not a spiritual coach, but personally, she finds it very spiritual as a relationship with the self is like exploration of the divinity within. Her vision is to help people to have a great relationship with themselves first and thereby live a great life. She's on a mission to impact a million lives, to live an empowered life by transformation of the life they live within. Life we think is lived on the outside, but talking to her will give you an insight what is the life we are living and where are we actually living it. Tune in to find out more.
Thank you, Kamakshi, for the lovely, lovely introduction. So now that you know that I'm Sunali Nayak from Bangalore, today I would like to speak on a really special topic which is very close to my heart. Happy Mother's Day to all the lovely mothers out there. You know, it's a very special privilege to be a mother. So you're all awesome mothers of wonderful kids. And our kids are angels. Angels? Our kids also throw a lot of tantrums, right? So are they being the angels all the time? Are they actually being the so-called angels that I just called? So what do you do when the child throws a fit of tantrum? Maybe you give in, or maybe you give up, or maybe you say, next time I will handle it better. Next time it's there anyways. Anyway, she's just a child. So what you should do? Certainly you should not give in. Hello once again. I am a mindful mindset coach who helps you enhance your self-esteem and thereby also your emotional wellness. Today, I am here to speak about being an example. It's about how you as a mother can be a great example. It's about how you as a mother, you are also an important role model in the life of your child. Today, it is a very special edition and it is brought to you by I Am and Rotary Club on today's special occasion of Mother's Day. So, what's so special about today? We all know that a mother is the child's first teacher. A mother is the first guru. And have you ever thought a mother is not perfect? Actually speaking, no mother is perfect. Why? Because she is not trained. And even if she were to be trained, she would certainly not be perfect even then. She doesn't come with a manual. Now tell me, do you come with a manual to live your life? No, right? So even a mother doesn't have one. And even if a mom came up with one manual, again, the challenge would be different for each child. You would need to have customized manuals across the globe. And do you know one thing? A mother is always guilty most of the times for the lot of mistakes that she keeps making in bringing up her children. She gives her best self. She gives the best of what she knows. She is judged by others and she is also judged by her very own self. Why go far? She herself sits and judges. I didn't do this well. I could have done that better. I yelled at my baby. So it's very difficult to be a mother. Have you heard about this Guru Shishya Paddhati in India? Guru disciple system of learning where the disciple has to surrender to the Guru. Even if when you go to our regular schools, only when you surrender to your teacher, your knowledge, the education that you're taking gets imparted to you in the rightful way. So similarly, even in the Guru Shishya Paddhati, here the student has to completely surrender to the Guru. But a mother is such a guru who surrenders completely to her child. Only a mother can be such a teacher who completely surrenders to her child. She loves her child unconditionally. She does everything to the best of her knowledge. and there is an unconditional love bond in this relationship. So, when the mother actually scolds her child, yells at her child, she actually goes through a lot of suffering inside. Inside her, there's a lot of guilt, a lot of self doubt in the matter of bringing up her own children. Today, I would like to share a good news with you. Good news is that you're not perfect and you needn't be perfect either. But yes, importantly, you will need to train your child in being emotionally strong. How strong are you emotionally? You imbibe the same in your children too. I'm not telling anything you don't know. When the age is tender and the time is right, you need to correct your child. Allowing the child to be playful to a certain limit or extent is fine, but never delay the education of your child, especially the emotional training part, to tomorrow. Because the correction in the behaviors only happens when you nip it in the bud. You're already trained to do a lot of things for tomorrow. You have trained yourself enough to procrastinate. But remember, you cannot do that in the matter of your child. Remember, your child is watching you. And what example are you setting for your child? Your child learns from imitating you. Every behavior that you display, it is modeling you. So, what kind of a model are you being for your child? Now, I will share a quick short story which will help you understand better. There will be a mother and daughter that are actually traveling by train. Okay, so both are sitting by the window seat and both are reading. So, what are they reading? Of course, a book. Okay, now there is a co-passenger who is also traveling along with them, who's observing all this. And he is amazed to see that the little girl is sitting and reading quietly with a book. And he exclaims in surprise, he asks the mother, how is it that you managed to make your daughter sit with a book and that too for so long? I have seen children make a hue and cry over playing on a mobile phone. They, they cannot just breathe without being on a mobile, playing on a mobile. Mother laughs and replies, nothing. At home, we have a routine. Every day, I read a book for an hour. And when I do that, she also sits along with me and reads. So that's how she's actually got into a habit of reading the book. So this child, as we all know, is following her role model, her mother. She's imitating her mother's actions. So we were also children once upon a time, right? And we have also copied our parents, right? So we have copied several of their habits, their behaviors, the way they stand, the way they sit, the way they eat, everything we have copied from our parents. So even our children will also copy us. So from the way you hold your cup to the way you talk to people to the way every damn habit and everything that you do or the everything that you even feel will be copied by your little ones. So everything is a copy paste. So haven't you heard this common adage that be careful what you're speaking in front of your children? So you have to change a particular habit in your child. It's not very difficult as anticipated. You just have to look around. Who's having such a habit in the house? Or maybe just look within yourself. So work on your own habits if you want to be the right models in front of your children. So now that's a very easy parenting tip, but I bet it's not as easy to follow because it's not very easy to change yourself either. But you can always try. So what do we have to learn from all this? Simple. You have to keep working on yourself ongoingly. You have to be a lifelong learner. Maybe the child actually teaches us a lot because it is nothing but a reflection of what you are and who you are being. So, nothing more than that. Normally, I would say work on yourself for your own sake, for your own self love. But then, when you have a little one always having curious pair of eyes watching at you all the time, then you have to be extra careful. So, as a special respect to all the mothers today, love yourself more, take care of yourself more. And when you do this, when your little one is watching you do all this, imagine what kind of model you are creating for your little one. When you actually grow in your self love, a child sees that, and by your example, how it is to love itself. And that's the language it will also replicate within herself or himself. So, I can give you a few examples like you love to exercise, you exercise more, your baby will also love to be like mama or papa and exercise more. You give priority to family and relationships, and you know how to manage relationships well. Baby will also see you and model your behavior. You are very cribby, not so good in relationships, demand or expect your own space, and you just want to be to yourself or just your inner space, inner circle. Bus. Baby will grow up and replicate that as well. So be careful, mothers, who you're being. Those curious pair of eyes, as I said, are watching every action that you do. Everything that you say is copy pasted. Everything that you feel, everything is replicated. And they are building a perception of the world. And this perception is formed through filters. So, what is it? As you grow up, you have created a few filters in the world that you look around you. Now, your baby also has filters. As it's growing up, it starts viewing the world from its filtered viewpoints. So, when it actually replicates the negatives from you, it is having a filter of those filters. Imagine what's the impact on the baby. They are creating a filter of the filters that you already have. So please keep working on yourself consistently. And when I say consistently, work on who you're being around the child. And not just the child, who you're being in your life as a whole. And importantly, if you're a mother, it is very crucial. So take care of taking care of what you do, speak, and act. So be the model you want your children to grow up looking at. So, having said that, I would like to thank I Am Rotary once again for this wonderful opportunity given to me to speak my heart out, to speak out my mind on this forum. So, have a happy time, my dear mothers, on Mother's Day. Thank you. Bye.
Well, the self esteem has reached up above the heavens. Thank you, dear Sonali, for your uplifting words. To all those listening who wish to follow Sonali, you can go to the details given below for her Instagram and Facebook page. Next, we have Diksha Aswani, mother of two amazing sons and wife of a super supportive husband, has a teaching experience of 15 years. She's a certified parenting and life coach, principal and owner of a play school, a professional phonics teacher, and above all, an educator at heart. An enthusiast by nature and a die-hard optimist, she is on a mission to create awareness that transformation is possible when it begins within, and then you can see it around. Please welcome Diksha Aswani.
Thank you so much, Kamakshi, for this wonderful introduction. Hey, everyone. I am Diksha Aswani, as just told Kamakshi told all of you, and I am here to talk about something that is very close to my heart. And before doing that, I want to first start by wishing each and every person who's listening to me a very happy Mother's Day. Such a privilege to be a mother, isn't it? I'm a proud mother of two wonderful sons, and I'm so grateful to God for being blessed with such wonderful children. And I'm sure at some point of time you all feel the same. So before we get started, I want to share a story with all of you. This story is about a conversation between God and a child who's going to be born, not yet born. And he looks at God and he tells God that you're sending me to earth. And in heaven, I have so much peace and I sing and smile all the time. But when I go to earth, I won't be able to sing. And what will I do then? And God says, don't worry, dear. I've already taken care of everything that you will need. And your angel is waiting for you on earth to take care of you. And she will sing to you. And you will enjoy and feel her love and warmth. So don't worry. But the child was still not satisfied. And he said, God, I don't know how to speak. And I don't know how will I communicate with the people there. I don't know their language. And God said, my dear child, don't worry. Your angel will teach you everything with a lot of love and patience. You will be taken care of. So don't worry at all. And the next thing that came to the child's mind, who still didn't look very happy and convinced, said that God, there are a lot of people who are very bad. And on earth, I'm so small. How will I be able to take care of myself? And God said, don't worry, my dear. There is your angel who will, no matter what happens, risk her own life just to take care of you and your happiness. And by the time the child was a little convinced, and he said, the last question that I want to ask you, dear God, is that how will I know who this angel is? Please at least tell me her name. And God said, the name of your angel is Mother, Ma. Isn't it? Each and every one of us can feel the warmth and love of our moms every single moment. However old we become, our children are always going to be little babies for us. And the kind of care and nurturing we want to give them will always be the same that we used to give them when they were just born, isn't it? And with this, I want to start talking about what I, as a parenting coach, want to tell you all and share with all of you that as parents, we need to understand something which is extremely important, is that our children have come through us, but they do not belong to us. So please understand, I will repeat it once more. Our children come through us, but they do not belong to us. Please understand, friends, as nurturers, as caretakers, we are responsible for bringing up successful, happy, emotionally stable children. And for doing that, we need to stop rescuing them, stop overprotecting them, and jumping in to quickly help them out of a problem every now and then. I know you all understand what I'm talking about, aren't you? I'm a preschool owner, being the principal and owner of a preschool. Every now and then I see parents coming to pick up and drop their children, and they are carrying their bags, they are carrying their water bottles. They do not even want their child to carry the weight of the bag, which just has a napkin and a bottle and a tiffin in it. I hope आप समझ रहे हैं मैं क्या बोलना चाह रही हूँ. Parents jump in to take care of everything for their child, and they say this is love. But hold on, please understand, it is not love. If you are not giving space to your child, if you are not allowing your child to make these small mistakes or do things their own way and giving them that independence, that you're not raising happy, confident, successful, and emotionally strong children. Am I right? I'm sure you all are nodding your heads. Please understand, dear friends, as responsible individuals, our biggest responsibility as a parent is to bring up, give that space to our children and allow them to make mistakes. Please allow your child to learn by making mistakes, because that is the best way to learn. Only when, of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to just leave them. Please be at a safe distance. Watch them if they are very young, or if they are slightly older, give them instructions as to how they need to take care of their things and themselves, but allow them to make small mistakes, something that, of course, doesn't harm them, but that is going to give a lot of confidence to your child. And I'm sure आप सबने ये कभी ना कभी जरूर किया होगा. If, for example, your child is trying to solve a puzzle or maybe, fix something and he or she is not able to do it, हम बिना रुके we butt in. We just quickly jump in and we tell our child कि ऐसे नहीं ऐसे होगा, because the child starts feeling frustrated when they are not able to do something. And we rush in quickly and we feel, चलो मैं इसकी help कर देती हूँ या चलो मैं उसकी help कर देता हूँ. Let my child not struggle. But dear parent, please understand, only when they try to do it on their own, they are going to learn it, and that learning is going to be with them forever. They will find a way for themselves. They are very smart. They are younger than us, but they are very smart. So please start understanding that, and please start respecting that in them. Yes. And so many times it happens that we don't want to share our stories with them where we ended up making mistakes. So please do share your stories with them, which is going to make them understand that it's absolutely normal to make mistakes. We cannot be perfect. Nobody is perfect. And perfection is not what we are aiming at, right? So there is no set formula for raising a perfect child or a child being brought up in a particular manner. But what I have learned with my two children is that there is no fixed formula. It is, every child is different. Every child is has a unique personality, and that's what we need to respect. And that's not what we need to really, really understand. So please allow them to make mistakes. Let's not quickly butt in, right? And try to just make things okay for them. One very, very important thing is that as we encourage our child to do certain things, as in we all parents, want their child to read or do some kind of a physical activity, and they want them to do things like that. Please understand, there's one very, very important thing that you need to teach your child, and that is to build their disappointment muscle. Now, what do I mean by that? Every time your child is not able to do something, or your child may not come first every time in his recitation competition, in his basketball match, in his singing competition, or XYZ, anything, it's okay if your child feels disappointed. It's absolutely normal. Were there no times that you felt disappointed? Didn't we live through it? Hota hai. It's life. And that's exactly what we want to teach them. So many parents come up to me and they say that my child just cannot handle failure. And that is not the right attitude towards life. We need to teach our children to accept failure and success with the same spirit. Yes. And for that, it is extremely important for our child to get disappointed at times. It's totally okay. And we are the ones who will take responsibility of doing that. Because once your child is disappointed, we feel that we want to fix the situations for them. But remember, dear parent, you cannot fix everything for your child. Till they are with you, it's absolutely okay. But ultimately, they will have to lead their own lives. There will be a time when they will get out of our houses and they will go to their respective colleges or schools or wherever, and they will move out of your house. Or even if they don't move out of your house, they choose to stay with you, that's perfectly okay. But each one has a life of their own. And there will be lots of times when life will throw such challenges that there will be ups, and there will be many, many downs as well. But if our child is not used to handling disappointments or rejections or listening to a no, They will not be able to handle things from the outside world. So please understand that it is us who are going to give them that environment at home where even if they are slightly disappointed with certain things, it's totally okay, because it's extremely important for us as adults to set boundaries for them. And one thing that I want to tell all of you specifically is that if you are setting a boundary for your child, then I request you to please stick to that boundary, to stick to what you say, because many a times it happens that we are in the middle of something and they come and disturb us, or they don't listen to us, and we end up telling them something like no TV for you for next maybe 2 days, and or no video games for you for the next 2 days, or you're not allowed to go for that birthday party which is on the weekend. And the child of course doesn't want to take that, and they may come and plead, and they may apologize and say something like that, and you will melt and you will give in, and you will feel it's absolutely okay, kya farak padta hai, ek baar maine allow kar bhi diya usse movie dekhne ke liye ya birthday party pe jane ke liye ya video game khelne ke liye, how does it matter? But wait, remember, you told them that they will not be allowed to do that. And then you yourself are contradicting to what you said. Now, how does the child perceive that is very important. They know that they will get their way if they plead. They will get their way if they insist. And that's exactly what they do. And that is when we need to stop and understand. And then we say, मेरा बेटा मेरी बात ही नहीं सुनता, या मेरी बेटी तो बहुत stubborn हो गई है. Who allowed them to do that? Yes, I hope you can resonate with what I am saying, because we all in the journey of parenthood have gone through this, and these are certain times which we feel are so challenging. But trust me, these little things that we take care of will go a long way in building their personality as confident and happy and extremely successful children. And the onus and the responsibility lies completely on us, right? And the more we intervene in their lives, the more we try to micromanage things for them. I'll take care of this also, you don't worry about it, and I'll take care of that as well, and I'll make sure that things are just, of course we need to take care of everything that they want. We need to take care of everything that they need, but we don't need to micromanage. We don't need to intervene in everything. Whenever our child may have a tiff with somebody else or something, we need to allow them to find a way to handle it for themselves. And yes, we can very gently ask them, would you like my help? Do you think you need my help? And if you do, I'm right there for you. These words will make them feel comforted, and they know that you are always by their side. So don't think that they will start feeling lonely and they will feel that there's nobody for them. So these small things, when taken care of, will absolutely give them that confidence that my parent is with me, my mom or my dad is with me, no matter what happens. Allow your child to identify their feelings. Sometimes they feel frustrated, sometimes they feel angry, sometimes they feel hopeless. Please allow them to name their feelings. That is going to be able to help them to acknowledge their feeling and then accordingly change them. And we can help them in that process. And as a family, we can set up small tasks for them, which we can do together. And every time that they help us setting up the dining table, or maybe clearing up the room, or helping you to serve the dinner, appreciate. Please appreciate every single effort of theirs. And that is going to make them feel a part of the family. And they will also learn to take responsibility. And that is going to make them feel good. So every time we appreciate and acknowledge their efforts, it feels wow. Don't we feel the same? So we can do the same for our children. And please understand, encourage your child and say it to them. Many a times we shy away from telling them that we love them. We shy away from telling them that they are wonderful. We shy away from telling them that they are extremely capable. Please hug your child, kiss your child before they go to sleep, and tell them that they are wonderful, they are amazing, and you're always going to be by them. Before I end, I just want to say one thing which means a lot to me, which has touched my heart, and I would like to share the same with all of you, is that to be in their life tomorrow, You need to be present in today for them. They don't need your presence. They need your presence. I'll repeat that once again. They don't need your presence. They need your presence. So give them that gift of your presence, of your being around, of your love and comfort. And there is no way that our children are not going to be bonded or are not going to be feeling safe and warm with us. So, a very, very happy Mother's Day to each and every wonderful mom. And I just want to tell you that relax and breathe. There is no set formula for anything. So, you're doing great. You're awesome. You're fabulous. And all the best to each one of you who is going to become a mom too. So, take care of yourselves. And bye-bye from me. If you need any parenting tips, please get in touch with me. My Instagram ID and my Facebook ID is posted in the chat below. Bye-bye.
Well, the mother of two seems to be the mother of all. That was a very interesting session from your side, dear Diksha. To all those who wish to follow a lovely mentor and coach, please go to the details below for her Instagram and Facebook page. Now, I would like to call upon Gita Bhaskar Sujeeth, a women's wellness, feminine power, and sexual intimacy coach. She chose to take up the taboo topics of sex, sexual desire, and sexuality in a bid to create more awareness about sex and its importance in relationships, health, and a person's overall well being. She also believes that equality amongst the sexes can only be achieved when women start realizing their own potential and raise children who understand that a woman is equal to a man and yet different. Today, she has emerged as a person who inspires women to take charge of their life, turn their negatives into positives, and get rid of guilt and shame surrounding their pleasure using her own experiences over the last 8 years. She is also featured in the book Champions Behind the Door by Priyadarshini, which relates her journey of transformation from a homemaker to a much sought after women's holistic wellness, feminine power, and sexual intimacy expert. Please welcome Gita Bhaskar Sujeeth.
Young people are going to learn about sex, and our question has to be, where do we want them to learn it from? From the media? From their friends? Or do we want them to learn from an educated, responsible adult? Hi, I am Gita Bhaskar Sujeeth, a women's wellness, feminine power, and sexual intimacy coach. Normalizing talk around sex within the family is my topic for today. And before I begin, I would like to thank the I Am family and the Rotary Club for giving me this opportunity. Talking about sex shouldn't be embarrassing. The more comfortable we are about sharing this with our kids, the safer they will be. Sex education is not just about what pleasures we gain from it, but also about sexual health and family planning. The aim of sexual education is to foster healthy sex practices. For our children's sake, the outdated version of the dreaded sex talk has to change. Our first job as parents is to keep our children alive and safe. We readily teach them to keep fingers out of electrical sockets and to look both ways before crossing a busy street. But when it comes to providing kids with some basic information about sexual health, many parents feel hesitant and embarrassed. As a result, they may avoid the subject entirely. Embarrassed or not, it's your responsibility as a parent to talk about the subject with your kids anyway. You can also provide them with accurate, youth-friendly materials to read in print or online. If you don't, your kids may well learn about sex from sources that aren't exactly reliable. So as we begin to start normalizing sex around our children, Let's keep a few guidelines in mind. Point number 1. Don't wait too long to start talking about sex. Very young children can learn the correct names for the parts of their bodies. You can also discuss with them the need for people to be honest about their feelings and to be kind and respectful of other people's feelings. These are basic lessons for good sexual relationships that you can build on later. If you do not start these conversations early, don't be surprised if your child becomes more resistant as they approach puberty. Nonetheless, plan to revisit the subject of sex and sexual health often in an age-appropriate manner as the kids grow up. And if you didn't start early, don't let that keep you from talking with your kids now. There's no use regretting past mistakes. It's never too late to start talking with your kid about sex and relationships. The second point, don't pretend you are cool, calm, or collected about discussing sex if you are not. It's better to admit to your own feelings, even if you feel awkward. That way, you are modeling emotional honesty for your child, as well as doing the right thing, even when it's not necessarily the easy thing. You can begin the conversation with, "This is going to be awkward, but we are going to talk about it anyway because it's important." Your task is to normalize talking about sex and to give kids a space where they can ask you anything. Point number 3, don't forget that your kids will do their own research. So make sure your kids know where to get reliable information without talking to you. Steer them to trustworthy, easy to use websites or leave books lying around which can provide the required information. Point number 4, do discuss biology and safe sex practices, but don't ignore feelings and values. Discussions about sex should address your hopes and expectations for your child and your family's values. Even though you can't dictate your child's choices, but if you want your child to behave responsibly as a sexual being and to be kind and respectful to both themselves and their partners, please say so. Teach them the importance of boundaries and clarity with sexual partners. A good age for a talk about relevant values is about age 11 or 12. The next point, let your child know they can expect to make mistakes. Remind your child that we all make mistakes in all spheres of life, including sex. Perhaps their mistake will be having unprotected sex. Let them know that they can always get tested for an STD in such a situation and get treated if necessary. Also explain that there are medications that can prevent pregnancy after unprotected sex. Help your kids understand that in their sex lives, as in all other aspects of their lives, mistakes are opportunities for them to grow and learn and do better next time. The next point, consent is crucial. I think one major component most parents fail to communicate to their children is consent to sexual encounters. We have all seen what's going on in the news. Each of these stories is different, but carry similar threads. Whether it's by coercing, drugging, or taking advantage of minors, perpetrators believe it's okay to have sex without consent. So I am hoping that when the time comes to talk to your child about sex, Consent is a part of your discussion. Now more than ever, our children need to be protected from predators who feel that bodies are free game. Our children will one day indulge in sex, whether we like it or not. And it's our job to make sure they are happy, healthy, and safe. The next point. Model your own experiences of pleasure. It's not just about what we say. Kids also learn a lot from what they observe. Let your children see you enjoying foods and activities and even physical and emotional interactions with your partners. And we should wholeheartedly enjoy all things with the children too. When you laugh together or read books together or do things that they enjoy, you are showing them that it is really wonderful to engage in activities that make you feel good. The last but not the least, do normalize pleasure. Of course, all of the above helps to establish pleasure as a natural part of life. But as your kids grow older and they roll their eyes extra hard at you because you want to talk about sex, you also need to share resources with them that they can peruse in their own time or use as jumping points for further conversations with you. A powerful framework to use when teaching kids how to make major life decisions, including those around sexuality, is to remember that it's important for their head, their heart, and their body to be aligned. In this way, they know that pleasure isn't the only thing that should drive their decision making. So keeping the head, heart, and body aligned is really important, and that is why I'm reiterating this point. If we are going to be open and honest with our kids and talk about how babies are made, a piece of that is the fact that it's pleasurable. We don't want them to think that it's gross or bad or scary. If we don't talk about pleasure when we are talking about reproduction, we are only telling our children a half-truth. Lessons that omit talk of pleasure is to be, in a way, honest. Sex is the most common way people make babies, but it's also how they show love and affection and experience pleasure. So remember, early conversations about pleasure, sexual or otherwise, will help children become adults who engage in healthy sexual relationships. I hope these pointers have helped and that you will use them when you start talking to your children about sex. All of you, please remember, let's normalize sex in our talk with our children so that they grow up to be responsible adults. Thank you for your patience in listening to me, and thank you again, I am and Rotary for giving me this opportunity.
This was indeed a very motivational and a powerful session from your side, dear Gita. I hope all the women feel more empowered and more better about themselves. To follow our coach, please go to the details below. Our next guest speaker, Jyoti Yogi, beautifully states with conviction that architecture life is not just a phrase, it is a reality, and anybody can build the life they dream. Jyoti is on a journey to help you stop and redesign the life of your dreams by replacing fear with confidence and negativity with love. Please welcome Jyoti Yogi.
Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much, Kamakshi, for such a wonderful introduction. I would like to thank the Rotary and IM for giving me this beautiful platform जहाँ से मैं आप लोगों से interact कर सकूँ. And first of all, I want to say thank you, and I feel so much gratitude towards everybody who are with us today, watching us today. Thank you so much for taking out your precious time to listen to us, to be with us for such a long time. So yes, we are today here for celebrating motherhood. We are today here to celebrate the trait we call as mamta. And I just want to wish all of you a very, very happy and beautiful Mother Day. And I just want to say that celebrating Mother's Day is not only about celebrating Mother's Day, it is more of celebrating feminism. It is more of celebrating that feminine energy. Though we are coming to this, अभी थोड़ी देर में हम इस बारे में पूरी अच्छे से बात करेंगे. सो यू नो वॉट, जब हम मदर्स डे की बात करते हैं, एक बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल चीज़ है जो मैंने बचपन से सुनी है, जो ऑफकोर्स आप लोगों ने भी बचपन से सुनी होगी, कि भगवान ने माँ को बनाया एंड देन वो छुट्टी पे चले गए. एंड हाउ ब्यूटीफुली इट इज़ सेड, बिकॉज भगवान हर जगह नहीं हो सकते थे, तो उन्होंने मदर को बना दिया और हर बच्चे के पास छोड़ दिया. अब यहाँ से ही हमें पता चल जाता है कि मदर्स हमारी लाइफ में कितना ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती हैं. सो टुडे व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट फेमिनिटी, व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट फेमिनिज्म एंड हाउ आई एम क्लबिंग फेमिनाइन एनर्जी विद मदरहुड, with mothers and with Mother's Day, today we are going to talk about that. See, mothers, how much mothers are important to us, we all are aware of this. We all know that मदर्स के बिना लाइफ कितनी ज़्यादा डिफ़िकल्ट हो सकती है, वी कैन इमेजिन. द पॉइंट ओवर हेयर इज़ दैट व्हेन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट फेमिनाइन एनर्जी, फेमिनिज्म इज़ नॉट ओनली अबाउट अ वुमेन. फेमिनाइन एनर्जी एंड मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी की जब हम बात करते हैं, वी हैव स्टडीड अ लॉट अबाउट ऑल दीज थिंग्स. इफ़ यू कैन रिलेट, शिवा, ही इज़ अर्धनारेश्वर. Ardhanareshwar means Adhi Nari, Adhe Purush. That means it's not about being a woman or a man. It's more about consisting feminine energy and masculine energy both. So when I am talking about feminine energy, it's not only about women. It's equally about men as well. But what's the difference? The difference is that if we are talking about man, he has more dominating traits of masculinity, and if we are talking about women, women consist more dominating traits of feminine energy, we can say. First of all, it is very important for us to know that if we don't have balance in masculine energy and feminine energy, we can't be happy. The pursuit of happiness, the pursuit of success, the pursuit of health, the pursuit of relationship, the pursuit of wealth, everything will be coming to an end if we are not balancing the feminine energy and masculine energy into this universe. And what are we? We are a part of universe. It is said Sanskrit mein, I don't know if you people can relate or not. Aham Brahmasmi means I am the universe. So if we need to balance the energy, masculine energy and feminine energy in the universe, it is equally important that you should understand that how important it is for you to balance the feminine energy and masculine energy inside you as well, right? So talking about mothers now, why I'm relating this feminine energy to Mother's Day and motherhood while we are here over to celebrate motherhood. See, the basic nature which a mother has, if we'll talk about, it's the nature of giving birth, alright, and then nurturing the child, caring about that child, sacrificing certain things which she always wanted to do but she doesn't do because she needs to take care of the child. And now all these things are the trait of feminine energy, but what makes a mother special is just that she can give birth. वो अपने अंदर एक जीव को रखती हैं और पूरे 9 महीने तक उसे नर्चर करती हैं, and then she is able to give birth to a new life. Now, if we are talking about nurturing, caring, being very emotionally, invested, if we are talking about being very warm, very soft, very loving, all these traits are the traits of feminine energy. I would not say that man doesn't have these traits. They have it. But the more dominating ones are the traits of masculine energy, like power, very much, assertive, very much dedicated, very much practical, very much materialistic. All these traits are of a man. So now, if in a woman, it's only about the traits of feminine energy, she would lag in certain areas of her life. And if I am talking about a man, if he will lag in certain traits of feminine energy, he will also be behind in some areas of his life. So that's why I'm talking about balancing the masculine energy and feminine energy. So anyways, over here we are only talking about motherhood, mothers and feminine energy today. So I would just like to say this very beautiful thing: to be a very good mother, to be a very good mother throughout your life, throughout your journey, you need to embrace that feminine energy within you. How important is it? It is very important, because all these traits which are making you a mother are a part of feminine energy, and if you are not embracing the feminine energy within you, you won't be able to happily live that motherhood. All right. So I just want to say that to embrace that feminine energy, it is very much important for you to take out certain time for yourself, and to just think about what you like the most. हम कहते हैं ना कि यार दूसरों को खुश रखने के लिए इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू बी हैप्पी. आपके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है खुश रहना, और जब आप खुश रहेंगी तो आप अपने बच्चों को भी खुश रखेंगी, उनको भी नॉलेज देंगी, उनको भी एक बेटर तरीके से नर्चर करेंगी. सो डू वॉट एवर you feel good about. If you like reading, just take out 5 minutes for a day. I know you have a lot of responsibility, you are the mother of the house, and it's not only about आपके बच्चे जो आपको माँ कहते हैं. Your motherhood instinct is for everybody who is around in your house, your husband, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, and अगर आपका कोई देवर है, ननद है जो आपके घर में रह रहे हैं, उन सब के लिए some pet. If you have some pet into your house, a lady always have this motherhood into her. अगर वो अभी तक माँ नहीं बनी है तो भी all these things, all these traits of motherhood are still there in a woman, in a lady. So I know you have a lot of responsibilities. आपको घर संभालना है, घर देखना है, इसको देखना है, उसको देखना है, खाना बनाना है. You have a lot to do. But then where are you? उस एनर्जी को सींचने के लिए, उस एनर्जी का सृजन करने के लिए, जो आपको मातृत्व की एक आपके अंदर एक भावना जगाती है, जो आपके अंदर की ममता जगाती है, जो आपके अंदर का मदरहुड जगाती है, उस चीज़ को सींचने के लिए, उस चीज़ को रिफ्रेन करने के लिए आपको क्या करना है? यू हैव टू गिव योर सेल्फ सम टाइम. एवरी डे जस्ट टेक आउट 15 minutes for whatever you like. Embrace your feminine energy. If you like reading books, read books. If you like कढ़ाई करना, कढ़ाई बुनाई करना, do that. If you like painting, crafting, do that. Once in a week, cook the food you like. अपने बच्चों की पसंद का खाना बनाते हैं आप, अपने हस्बैंड की पसंद का खाना बनाते हैं, अपने सास ससुर की पसंद का खाना बनाते हैं. किसी दिन ये सोचा कि यार I'll eat this because I'll cook this because I like it. And then इस बात से मुझे एक चीज़ याद आई. वन डे आई वॉज सिटिंग विद माई मॉम एंड आई वॉज जस्ट आस्किंग हर, मम्मा मेरी फेवरेट चीज़ क्या है? सो शी टोल्ड मी कि अच्छा खाने में ओके यू लाइक दिस. आई टोल्ड हर कि व्हाट्स माई फेवरेट कलर. शी टोल्ड मी दैट दिस इज़ योर फेवरेट कलर. देन आई आस्क्ड हर, मॉम व्हाट डू यू लाइक? खाने में आपको क्या पसंद है? एंड शी वॉज नम. For I think 30 seconds she didn't answer my question. I asked her again, मम्मा आपको क्या पसंद है खाने में? And then she answered something. I was like, इतना टाइम क्यों लिया? जब मैंने पूछा कि मुझे क्या पसंद है खाने में, तुरंत आपने बता दिया. जब मैंने आपसे पूछा कि आपको क्या पसंद है खाने में, तो आपको इतना वक्त लग गया. She said, बच्चे पैदा होने के बाद बेटा कभी इतना ध्यान ही नहीं दिया कि खुद को क्या पसंद है. सारी चीज़ें तुम्हारी पसंद की, सब कुछ तुम्हारी पसंद का किया. So I would like to say कि देर आर सर्टन थिंग्स. एक काम करते करते ना कभी कभी आपको भी लगता होगा कि यार बहुत काम कर लिया, बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ है. हाउ टू मैनेज, हाउ टू टैकल. आपके अंदर, एक माँ के अंदर ये जो शक्ति आती है बिना रुके बिना थके हर किसी की एक्सपेक्टेशंस पूरी करना, हर किसी को प्यार देना, हर किसी की केयर करना, ये कैसे आएगी? With that divine feminine energy, and you have to awaken that feminine energy by giving yourself some time, by doing something which you like. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है, आपको है ना अपने लिए लिमिटेशंस सेट करनी पड़ेंगी. Limitations like say no to certain things. I was reading this book that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. It talks about how men are different from women and it talks about relationships, but उसमें एक चीज़ मैंने पढ़ी which was so beautifully stated that you should know how to, where are your limitations, where are your boundaries. You can't say yes to everything because this is what a female do. This is a trait of, very dominant trait of a female. Saying no is a very very important aspect of loving yourself, of giving yourself certain importance. See, बहुत कर लिया यार, बच्चों के लिए, पति के लिए, सास ससुर के लिए. You have to do certain things for yourself as well and give rest to yourself. You just can't keep doing everything, and the most important part of it is how to celebrate this womanhood is prioritize the things. अपने आप से पूछिए, क्या मैं किसी ऐसी सिचुएशन में हूँ जहाँ पे एक डू और डाई वाली सिचुएशन आ गई है कि मुझे ये काम करना ही पड़ेगा? अगर ऐसा है तो वो काम कीजिए, बाकी चीज़ों को थोड़े टाइम के लिए साइड में रख दीजिए. यू डोंट हैव टू डू एवरीथिंग साइमल्टेनियसली. Please take care of yourself because if you are good, if you are happy, if you are a happy mind, happy soul, your kids will be happy around you. So today, talking about mothers, I'm not gonna talk about how mother is important into a child's life, how woman is important into somebody else, मतलब like husband's life, बाकी लोगों की life में. Today on Mother's Day, I just want to talk about mothers, that how to embrace that feminine divine energy within you, how to love yourself, how to take care of yourself so that you can embrace all the feminine traits and you can use them to nurture others, to actually care for others. So I just don't want that your kids should only celebrate Mother's Day for you. Celebrate that motherhood inside you by saying no to certain things, by giving yourself certain amount of time, by taking care of your needs, by taking care of your hobbies, and surely by taking care of yourself. Because if you are good, you will keep everybody good. अगर आप खुश हैं तो आप दूसरों को खुश रख पाएंगे, आप सही हैं तो आप दूसरों को सही रख पाएंगे. And it is very important for you to know that you play multiple roles in a person's life. You are a friend to your kid. You are a mother to your kid, of course. You are a teacher to your kid. इतने सारे रोल्स प्ले करने के लिए क्या आपको अपने ऊपर काम नहीं करना? क्योंकि अगर आप खुद पे काम करेंगे तो आप अपने आप को ग्रो करेंगे, और अपने आप को ग्रो करेंगे तो आप अपने बच्चे को ग्रो कर पाएंगे. So celebrate this Mother's Day with yourself, embracing your motherhood and embracing your divine feminine energy by taking care of all these things. So yeah, that was all for today from my side on this Mother's Day. There's a lot to talk about mothers, but we have time constraints, इसलिए मुझे जाना पड़ेगा. Thank you so much for listening to me and I hope you liked it. And I just want you to know that you can connect with me anytime on my Instagram handle, on my Facebook handle, on my YouTube channel. The links will be provided by the team to you somewhere below here and there. And that's all from my side. Over to you, Kamakshi, the very beautiful anchor. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye bye.
I'm sure you must be ready to architect your life now. Thank you, dear Jyoti, for giving us such a wonderful session. You guys can follow Jyoti on Instagram and Facebook through the details given below. Our next speaker is Padmalay, a self love healer, spiritual healer, energy and sound healer, Ho'oponopono practitioner, and happiness coach. She uses various healing modalities to guide people to live a desired life. She is on a mission to guide millions of people to live a holistically abundant and be the master of their life. She has till now helped hundreds of people to live a blissfully happy life. Her program, High Vibration Intensive, has empowered hundreds of participants to be the master of their lives. Deeply spiritual, she has channeled a beautiful healing process called self love healing. And she is the only one who is conducting this modality of healing at present. Let's see what she has in store for us.
Namaskar. I like to thank I Am and Rotary for this amazing platform and giving me this opportunity to speak on a beautiful subject called self-love is not selfish act. And thank you, Kamakshi, for such a lovely introduction about me. Hello, gorgeous souls. Hello, beautiful moms. How are you all? Wish you all a happy Mother's Day. Are you feeling good or not feeling so good? It's okay, because I know after you hear all these speakers, you will have beautiful points. If you'll work on those points and you'll feel good, you'll feel confident, and you'll grow in your life. So let me introduce you the topic called self-love, and it is not a selfish act. Actually, whenever I speak about self-love, a lot of people ask me, what is self-love? One can love others, but how can I love myself? And some people even ask me, okay, we know self-love is I love myself. But when I love myself, isn't it a selfish act? So before jumping into any conclusion, let me introduce you the concept of self-love. What is self-love is, what I understand self-love is all about loving yourself the way you are, the way Creator has created you, without judging, without labeling, without bashing, without comparing, and being mindful about your thoughts, about your emotions, about your dreams, about your ideas. That is self-love. Prioritize yourself. Prioritize yourself whenever you request. That is yours. That prioritizing yourself is called self-love. Create boundaries. Not to say yes all the time. Learn to say yes when, whom, how. So you can give your best. That is self-love. Forgiving yourself for all the vulnerability you are carrying, for all the bitterness or anger happens sometimes due to some situation or due to some temperament. That is self-love. Be expressive. Be expressive about your thoughts, your emotions, your ideas, your dreams. That is self-love. To know what makes you happy. To do what makes you happy is self-love. To pamper yourself is self-love. To find out time for yourself is self-love. And keep your commitments which you are committing for yourself is self-love. If you will do all these things, you will feel happy in your space. And that is self-love. And if you are happy in your space, you will give that kind of happiness to your loving ones. So how can it be selfish? Even after hearing all these fundamentals about self-love, still you feel it is a selfish act. If you love yourself, then do one thing. Keep your hand on your heart and ask yourself, are you getting that kind of respect, love, or fulfillment in your life? Even after giving so much as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter-in-law, as a sister, if the answer is no, then this is the time to think about it, to introspect about it. Where, how, what is missing in your life? Why you are feeling that kind of emptiness in your space? Take a moment, think about it, introspect about it. Actually, it's in our DNA. It is ingrained to be a giver, to be a people pleaser, because it has been glorified that if you'll give, and if you won't ask in return anything, that is the greatness of a person. That is the most selfless act. That is the most unconditional act of love. But let me put a truth bomb here now. An empty bottle can't fill empty glasses, right? If you'll be empty from within, how can you fill that kind of love and happiness with the people, the loving ones around you? How can you fulfill their requirements, their demands, their attentions? Actually, I realized this fact around 18 years back. My life was completely mess. A lot of emptiness, no love, no respect, no self-belief, thinking like finishing my life. Luckily, I got the path of spirituality or the path of self-love. I realized all the mess in my life has been created by me. And I start acting or fulfilling the emptiness within me. And from that day, it's my mission to reach out to millions of women and empower them, help them to understand this concept of self-love. And it is not selfish act. So you can ask me now, or a question must be arising in your head. Okay, we understand self love will help us to be happy and make all our loving ones happy. Then, how to practice self love and how we can make it a selfless act or the most wonderful thing to complete yourself and the complete your loving ones. The first thing I would ask you to be kind with yourself, forgive yourself, be okay for whatever happening at this moment in your life. If it is not going great, then be okay. Don't bash yourself for everything. Second is be mindful. Start introspecting how you can enrich your life. Do meditation, do journaling, start writing gratitudes, start introspecting by sitting and by being quiet. Find out your joy list of what make you feel better. Start acting. Start including those small things in your life. Start setting boundaries. Learn to say no. Learn to say no to people, to things, to acts which is not making you feel comfortable, what is not making you feel happy. Don't do that. Express your emotions, ideas, dreams, thoughts. If you can't express it vocally to any person, then start writing in your journal, and slowly you'll be clear how to express it verbally also. Take out 10 to 15 minutes in a day. Do something which will rejuvenate you. Maybe a cup of coffee, or maybe a nature walk, or maybe listening music, anything which will make you happy, do that. And do some pampering. You can go for a haircut, you can go for a massage, you can go for a shopping also. If that makes you feel pampered, do that. And the final point I like to share is keep your commitments which you are keeping for yourself. That will help you to feel confident. That will help you to feel fulfilled. That will help you to live an abundant life. And here I like to end my talk for the day. If you would like to understand more on this topic, you can anytime connect with me. I'll request our team to share my social media handles, the links, so you all can DM me. And let me share a secret with you. Whoever is watching me live or whoever will watch me later also, just follow me and DM me what is your key takeaway from this talk. And a lovely gift is waiting for you. So till next time, love you all. Bye-bye. Be blessed. Be happy in your space. Over to you, Kamakshi. Bye-bye.
It was surely a very healing session from you, dear Padmane. We feel blessed and grateful to have you here. To all of you who wish to follow Padmale, you can go to the details below for her Facebook and Instagram page. Now we have Shaina Kocher, a promising name in law of attraction coaching and tarot mentorship in India. Shaina is a 36 years old trainer and coach based in Punjab. After serving for a consistent period of 16 years in the media industry, she ultimately found her life purpose in law of attraction life coaching and tarot training. She believes in creating the future with divine energy, and now she is on a journey to train females for the same through her teaching and books. Please welcome Shaina Kocher.
Thank you so much, dear, for such lovely introduction. So, hi and welcome to this special edition by I Am to Changing Paradigms of Motherhood. Today, we are celebrating Mother's Day with a difference. So, my name is Shaina. I am a positivity mentor and a law of attraction coach. And what I am here to give you all today, especially if you talk about India. In India, mothers are always considered as God. तो ये एक जो entitlement है of a God जब एक mother को दे दी जाती है ना, तो the responsibility of mother also doubles up, and sometimes this entitlement actually becomes burden for the young mothers. So today I am here to tell you few things, few tips with that you can use in your life, and you can make your life better with these tips. So if you are a young mother, please acknowledge that you are on a new journey, you are exploring new things. So if anything goes wrong, it's okay. You can make mistakes on the journey of motherhood. You know, whenever I meet young mothers, especially with small kids, they always have this burden and stress of becoming the best mothers or the perfect mothers. Can I tell you something very beautiful? There is no title as a perfect mother. Every person, every female is a perfect mother because she is giving her 100% in having and raising her kids, right? So even if you are living in a joint family, even if you are living in a single family, or even if you are a single parent, it is totally okay to have your own set of rules when it comes to motherhood. So please, today onwards, as all other coaches are giving you so many manuals for mothers, so many rules, right? So please take another rule that there is nothing called perfectionism in motherhood. So don't entitle yourself to this perfectionism and becoming a perfect mother, and उसके एवज में आप अपनी mental health को खराब करो. That is not a good sign. So today onwards, please try to be a happy mother rather than becoming a perfect mother. Second thing I really want to share with all of you, especially when it comes to motherhood or the journey of a mother, we always try to make the best efforts for the family, for our kids. How many times you actually steal time for your own self? Can I tell you, if you cannot water a plant well, it will not be able to grow into a tree, and it will not be able to give, all the fruits and all its benefits to other people. Same way, if you are not giving enough time to yourself, if you are not giving enough good energy, good vibes to your own self, if you are not pouring self love, you will not be able, forget about becoming a good mother, you will not be able to become a proper person, a good person. So before becoming a good mother or a perfect mother, just try to be a happy person, a happy soul, right? A lot of people ask me that you are a law of attraction coach, tell us something how to attract, amazing things for your kids, or how to attract amazing vibes in your family. So today I'm also giving you a small tip on that, right? So I always believe in the power of words. I have seen a lot of mothers cribbing over the things that my son or my daughter is not eating well, they're not sleeping well, they are doing this or they are doing that, and they're always complaining and cribbing about their child. So whenever you are putting a title on your kids, trust me, you are manifesting that in your life. If you really want to have a better child, or you want your child to be better rather, what you need to do, start affirming better things, start asking right question. If your child is not studying, for instance, properly, don't crib over that my child runs from studies, or he's not good at studies. Try saying that I am making my best efforts to make my kid fall in love with studies. Or ask yourself a question, how can I make it better for my child? How can I make studies fun for my child? Just ask these questions rather than cribbing over the fact that they are not good in studies or that failing their exams. So trust me, when you ask right questions and when you use right sentences for your child, it actually changes your energy towards your child, and it also changes their energy. I always think like this. मुझे हमेशा यही लगता है that a mother is a sun, in the universe of a house. So every planet revolves around you. So whatever energy you will have, other planets, other people will also have, reflect the same energy. So if you are happy, if you are, vibrating on high frequencies, trust me, it will start to reflect on other people also. So for that, I'm not asking you to put up a mask of, forced positivity and just smile at every moment. No, you can have your low moments, but you can also have a better time for yourself. You can also pour a lot of self love into yourself. You can give yourself some breaks so that you don't feel like a robot in the house, and you don't feel like a maid in the house anymore. Just start creating small boundaries, just start stealing some time for yourself. In a week, at least have 1 hour for your own self, where you are not going to answer anybody's query, you are not working for anybody. At least 1 hour in 7 days you can have for your own self, and you will see a whole energy of you will start to shift. Because before becoming a mother, you are a person, and as a person you have certain duties towards your own self. So just start taking the help of meditation, start taking the help of mindfulness, and also start using a lot of positive affirmations for your own self and your kids, and become a happy mother. When you become a happy mother, you will actually become a super mother, and only a super mother can bear super children. So that was all from my side. I extend my gratitude towards all of you who are sitting here seeing us live, all the coaches who have given so many amazing informations to you, who are giving you golden nuggets today. And I'm also thankful to Rotary for helping us to have and create this platform. Thank you so much. We will see you again in some other summit, and until then you can follow us, all the coaches rather, on the given links. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear Shaina. It was a very insightful session from your side, and I hope that all of us have gained a lot more than we thought. If you guys liked our mentor, then please follow her on Instagram and Facebook by the details given below. Now, I would like to call upon our next speaker, Pratiksha Polvan. A qualified architect by profession, Pratiksha believes in designing eco friendly spaces with natural, recyclable, and biodegradable materials. Now, she's also a holistic health and mindset coach. Trained in advanced nutrition therapy, she now consults people to live on a diet which is closer to nature via the high raw fruitarian and whole foods plant based nutrition. This lifestyle is also popularly known as the raw till 5 lifestyle. She guides people on how to lose weight naturally, reverse diseases like diabetes, hypertension, etc., understand that the true power of healing lies within themselves, and thus live a medicine free life. Being a certified life coach, she helps people resolve their day to day challenges, by the way of self introspection and self awareness exercise. So let's see what she has in store for us. Please welcome architect Pratiksha Polvan.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Kamakshi, for that beautiful introduction. And I want to thank IM and Rotary for giving me this opportunity to come in front of all of you and present a very beautiful topic today. And before I start on that topic, I want to say hello to all you wonderful mothers out there. I think the bond between a mother and a child is one of the purest bonds. And I absolutely cherish it because I too am a mother of an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old kid. Now, what is the topic of today? The topic that I want to present to all you beautiful souls out there is that our bodies can heal themselves. Yes, they can. But only if we obey or only if we go closer to the laws of nature. So many of you will be asking me, what exactly are these laws of nature? And how exactly can our bodies heal ourselves? So today we are facing a plethora of lifestyle diseases, right? They are just happening in each and every household. We are suffering from diabetes, hypertension, thyroid, PCOD, acne, arthritis, and cancer also, and so many other diseases, so many. So our bodies can reverse these diseases without the help of any medicines. And now you will ask me, what exactly are those laws of nature? So those laws of nature, to make you understand about them, I will ask you a few questions. I want to ask you, which is that species in nature which goes to another species to get milk from it for its own calf or kid? Does the deer go to the giraffe, or does the giraffe go to the lion, or does the lion go to the elephant, or the elephant go to the monkey? And tell, my milk is over, now I want your milk so that my child can grow, absolutely beautiful. No, nobody goes to each other, okay? We humans are the only ones who are dependent on a cow or a camel or a goat's milk so that we feel that our kid can grow nice and strong and thrive in his or her life. But this is against the law of nature, as I just gave you an example. Okay? And I want you to realize that whenever you are taking milk from some other species for your development, which is nutritionally not needed, then at that first thing you are breaking the first law of nature. You are breaking the bond of a mother and child. So think about it when you feel that next time you want to give milk or cheese or butter to your own child made from an animal milk. Now the second thing that I want to ask you is, which is that species in nature which eats cooked foods? Does the lion want a chicken butter, or does the giraffe want a broccoli soup, or does a monkey want a fruit pudding? None of them. They all eat their food in its absolute raw form and in its absolute total natural form. Okay? Also, they eat their food with their own anatomy. Like the way their body is designed, they eat their food with the help of their own body. They don't take any cutlery, they don't take any knife to kill their prey, they don't take any stone or a gun to shoot their prey, or the rope to tie a bovine so that they can snatch milk from other species. No. What I'm trying to tell you is, observe a lion. A lion has sharp canines and sharp claws. So when it goes and runs behind its own prey, it's able to grab the prey with its own claws, rip apart that flesh, and eat the meat or tear apart that meat with its own canine teeth and eat it at that very moment the way it is. It doesn't wait for you to take the meat and cut it into beautiful slices and then garnish it with garlic or butter and with some other flavors and then present a beautiful plate, and then it doesn't wait for all of that. It just eats the meat the way it is at that very moment. The giraffe's neck is long, so the giraffe prefers eating leaves from the trees. A cow's neck or a horse's neck can bend easily, so they prefer eating grass. A monkey in the wild It can easily jump from one tree to another, and it has hands which can easily grab all the fruits. Okay, so a monkey enjoys being on fruits, and I'm not talking of the monkeys that you see in the hill stations, and I'm not even talking about the dogs and the cats or any other pet that the humans are feeding. I'm talking about animals in nature, the way they completely exist. So for that, now let's think about it. If you are a human being and if you're left alone in the jungle without any pistol, knife, or gun or anything, what is it that you as an animal, because we all are animals, right? What is it that you as an animal can eat? Or what food do you think that you can, gather easily? I think the answer that all of you will be giving is leaves, fruits, and vegetables. And of all these food categories that I told you, which is that food that doesn't require any seasoning, any flavoring, any herbs, any spices, no salt, nothing at all, and you can still enjoy it in its absolute form with all its taste and texture? That food is fruit. Yes. An apple, a mango, a papaya, a chiku, a pomegranate. All these things you can enjoy in its absolute natural form, and you can easily plug them with the help of your two hands, or one hand for that matter. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when we start consuming, closer to the laws of nature, then we start reversing these diseases. Now let me give you a few examples of how the bodies also can heal themselves. I'll give you 2 or 3 examples. One example is that of an injury on your hand. If this arm gets injured and for some reason you are unable to apply anything on it, don't you think the injury will still heal? Don't you think within a few days a new skin will come on it by itself, and within a few months probably the scar will also be gone? How did that happen? Because your body has the magical power in it to heal itself. Second example, when you get a fracture, okay, what is it that the doctor does? All that the doctor does is, he or she realigns your ribs or your bones and puts a plaster on it and tells you, you may now go home, and now you can let your hand or your limbs or the portion where the fracture has happened rest so that the body can heal itself. So our bones can also rejoin and heal themselves. All that the doctor does is help you realign it. Now the third condition is that of a fever. If you have fever, what is it that we normally do? We immediately go and take a crocin or a paracetamol, right? Don't we do that? But why is it that this fever is coming to us? This fever is coming to us because our white blood cells in the body, they are fighting against these antibodies or these germs that have come inside our body to cause infection. But when we take the medicines, what is the message that we are giving to these white blood cells? We are saying, stop, don't do this. Okay? Don't fight against these germs, don't fight against these antibodies. We get scared of symptoms. We feel fever is a symptom that we should be scared of. Rather, fever is something that we all should be thankful for because our bodies are working. The system inside is working to repel the organisms out or the foreign materials out. So instead of immediately taking a medicine, it will be wiser for you all to observe what animals do when they are not well. So what is it that the animals do? The first thing that they do is they stop eating. They might have a bit of water, but they literally stop consuming anything. And all they do is give enough rest to their bodies. So if you want to, from tomorrow, if any of you, suppose faces a fever, please don't get scared. Be thankful. And what is it that you should be doing? You should be consuming a lot of fluids if you feel like. If you can, if you want, you can have some fruit or vegetable juices and some water. But at the same time, you need to give your body enough rest because it's demanding it. If your fever is very high, then in that situation, all you should do is apply some wet packs around your tummy, around your neck, on your feet. And That way, the temperature will be controlled. It won't go to a severe extent. Try doing this for a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. In most cases, your fever will get reversed or your fever will stop within a day or a two. So, why am I telling you all these things? Because when I was 82 kgs and I was looking for answers, when I had a tailbone fracture, which my doctor unfortunately said is in such a place that it can never heal itself, when I had chronic piles condition, I was on heavy medications and I was obese and I didn't have energy, I didn't have any, vibrancy in my life. I was mother of 2 kids. One was 6 and the other was just 5 months old at that time. Something happened and my life changed. What happened? Because of some wonderful people who came in my life at that time, I realized the importance of moving back to nature. And slowly and steadily, I became a high raw fruitarian. And I started consuming loads and loads of fruits and vegetables and, in abundance. And all of those meals were so tasty. And I was having my cooked foods also. But the way I was having my cooked foods were with very, minimally processed or zero processed items. And soon I started enjoying the abundance of fruits, the abundance of nature, rather than doing portion control, which I was so used to since the past 10 years. If any of you wants to live a life free of medicines, if any of you wants to live a life of abundance, if any of you wants to reverse your diseases or lose weight or simply get more connected to nature and live a life of true energy and true vibrancy, then I invite each one of you to come and connect with me on my Instagram ID, which is Pratiksha_Polvan. You can DM me there, and there we can discuss later as to how to make your life the best version of what it can ever be. And I wish all of you find your connect to nature in such a way that you start blooming into a newer you. Thank you.
It couldn't have been more better than this. Thank you, dear Pratiksha. Your words were mind boggling and they did touch our hearts. Now, I would like to invite our special guest, Dr. Ruchi Singh Gaur, from the Rotary Club, who are our supporters for the I Am official, for a lovely and a hidden message for our listeners.
Hi, this is Dr. Ruchi Singh Gaur, Director, Gita Public School, and active member of Rotary Jalandhar City. Happy Mother's Day to all from me to you. Happy Mother's Day to the all single parents. Happy Mother's Day to all the women who can or cannot bear their child. Happy Mother's Day to all the surrogated mothers or the kids. Happy Mother's Day to all the women who adopted their children, because motherhood, because womanhood is about love, care and affection. Thank you, I am, for organizing this virtual summit on Mother's Day. Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day to all. Enjoy.
Well, that was a surprise. Thank you, Dr. Ruchi, for your insightful words. How I wish our lovely guests could go on, and I would never want them to stop. But everything has an end, and so does our session. And I'm sure you must have gained more than you would have thought and expected. Well, I did a lot. And I would like to thank all our partners and supporters who made our event possible. I know, you can't wait for more, but let's leave something for our next summit. Till then, enjoy your time, uplift yourself, and celebrate the women around. A very happy Mother's Day.